Hey everybody, so here's another out-of-box review. This time we're going back 60 years to Forbidden Planet and the C-57D space cruiser. So this was originally out of production back in 2001 from Polar Lights, and they went on eBay for up to $150. Polar Lights has just re-released it. They've added all the figures as shown here in the artwork there. They haven't made any other changes that anyone else has heard about, but at $70 it's definitely half the price and you get some more. Can't really say how huge this box is, but basically it's huge, 17 by 17 by about 7. So what I actually did was to bring in another familiar model kit and show you that. So I imagine you probably recognize this one, the 350 Enterprise, also from Polar Lights. So they're the same exact size, 17 by 17, but this one's probably just a quarter deeper than old Enterprise. And if you know how big this kit is, then you'll begin to get an idea of how much a monster the C-57 is. I'll also, when I get some plastic out, I'll do a preliminary tape together dry fit and take a look at how big this saucer is, because it's supposed to be 2¼ feet. I don't really know where I'm going to put this model yet, but I'll certainly find a place for it. So I don't see a signature on this cover painting here. At least I don't think I do. But it's definitely a nice piece of artwork. And they had to fit the id monster in there somehow, so it certainly works. Over here on the sides, they're basically each the same artwork, shrunk down. This is a skill level 3, age 12 and up. And over on the back here, we get some photos of the kit itself. Now there are a number of inaccuracies to this model. The dome here, it has a different curvature to it. There's a aftermarket part for that that's out there. And the profile of the main saucer here is not exactly correct. There were a couple different models of this, the 4-foot and maybe 1 or 2 other small ones. I forget the story at this point, but the figures look pretty cool, and we'll see how the building goes. These are 172, so they're definitely pretty damn small. You see that this comes with an interior, and what I'm pretty sure I'm going to do is build this just like in the movies. So we'll have a model piece with just an exterior, and then I'll build the interior as its own set so I can do some shots around that, hopefully. And I would also make it so I can pull the walls apart, theoretically. Still got to open this thing up and see what's going on here. So let's go ahead and open it up here, and we'll see what the parts look like. I should probably get like a something to stand on here. Wait a second. So the problem with the really big models is you gotta get really far away to see what's going on here. So a little bit of cardboard there. The main interior set. And more of that with the id monsters in there. Geez, this dome is huge. Some ramps, control panels, insides, all the figures, more ramps, more insides, doors, chairs. Looks like some good detail on the chairs. We'll take a look at that a little further. And the panels. Looks like each one of them is individually wrapped. And the directions in the bottom. So the layout is much like the Robbie the Robot model at the very least, insofar as it's a condensed folder. Figures first. The interior is definitely looking like it's going to be a monster, as it were. Looking forward to seeing that. However, that's not to say that just putting the saucer together is not going to be a monster in its own right to do. But it's definitely a nice graphic there of the completed interior, what that should look like if I'm getting it in frame there. So let me unwrap a few samples here, and I'll catch up with you in a second. Alright, so as you can see, there's a fair amount of pieces, but not nearly as many as I had initially anticipated. The upper left there, it's 3 trees of the same thing. A single bag of figures, which I won't be pulling out of the bag because I may as well just keep them sealed until they're ready. Some clear plastic over in the top rightish there. 2 huge plastic domes that look awesome. Then the interior is done in those 3 shells right there, the ceiling, walls, and bay. There's the central landing pod, and then 2 other unique sprue. Mostly interiors, it looks like, with 1 stairway, but I think we really need 2 stairways. We'll get to that later on the accuracy issue. And then the pie slices here, there's 6 of each. 6 of the lower bottom one there is the underside, and then 6 of the upper one there in the left, which is the upper side. So let's get down and take a closer look at all this. Alright, so there's so much here that I'm going to pull stuff off the table as I go and talk about it real quick. The id Monster, it's pretty cool, an interesting effort. One thing I'm pretty sure about is that the legs should kick back maybe. They kind of go forward and then the feet at the bottom, I guess. But this area in here and over here, I'm pretty sure should be hollow going all the way back because the creature was shaped more like an egg there. I think. I'll have to watch the movie again. And I guess this is the tongue up here that gets punched out of that ring there. But some interesting details. Definitely I can see how throwing some LEDs and fiber optics into this could really make it pretty sweet. So I'll work on that. So put that there. So over here are some control panels and wall areas, and the detail is looking really nice. Let me change to the macro for all of this.